Hello and welcome to Ballam Road Farm. This is episode 1, and in this episode we'll go through the game rules, which are as follows. We're using 5 times speed, workers allowed, no bank loans, difficulty changes every January by way of random number drawn and applied to economic modifier sheet, exception at the beginning of the game, which we will do now. Random modifier applied each January by way of random number drawn. And I hope you were able to read the rest. So this is the first random number being drawn. It's number 8. So the economic conditions will be normal. Weather conditions, normal. So just whatever the game gives. Now we'll be drawing for the random modifier for this starting period, which is number 11. And number 11 means we get a tax rebate. And that means we put one of the municipal markers down for 2 months, which we have already done, and we'll get our tax rebate in the next 2 months. Right, so the first thing we've got to do is go and collect some milk so we can start our cheese and butter production, which is done in-house on farm. Now there are 2 farmers markets which is explained in the rules. One called Golf Course Farmers Market and the other one called Duck Pond Farmers Market. And each month we have to deliver at least 1,000 litres of one of our core products. So our core products are milk, butter, cheese and chocolate. So we have to deliver at least 1,000 litres of each of those each month to each of those markets, and then we can sell the rest normally. This is just to simulate a real sort of small farm in the UK who rely to a certain extent, not every farm of course, but rely on farmers markets to get a bit of extra retail in. Right, so we're just coming down to collect the milk from our cows. Now normally speaking, of course, the cows would be herded up to the milking parlour and the milk would already be in the bulk tanks in the sheds. But of course that's not quite possible in this game, so each day wherever our cows are we will go and collect the milk from them. Also with regard to the cows, we have to try and get them in by the end of November into the sheds, and if we have any surplus cows that cannot be accommodated in the sheds, they will have to be sold, because we can't leave them out for the winter months, which will be December, January and February, and then in March we can take them out to the fields again. In any case, we've got our first load of milk. Let's go and deliver that to our dairy, and then I think we'll start with butter and cheese production. We will move into chocolate production at some time, but we'll have to buy in the sugar, because obviously this area is not suitable for sugar production. Could be beet production, but we'll have to work out whether we're going to do that at a later stage or not. Right, so just get that offloaded. And then we'll go through and get the production started. So we've just got to find our way to the office, go through our milking parlour. All looking fairly tidy behind you at the moment. Right, and let's get butter and cheese activated. So butter should produce quite a bit quicker than cheese, but And chocolate, of course, we need that. We need the sugar. But at this stage, we're not going to worry about that. We'll do those two as a core product, should I say. Right. So we still had a bit of milk left in the overnight production. So we'll go and collect that and we'll deliver it to one of the farmers markets. And I can show you the farmers markets at the same time. Now I know there has been some criticism in the socials of this map, and so far I spent the first month really setting up, which I did off camera, and we harvested the barley, which was in field 21 I think it was, at the same time as setting up, and really I haven't found too many problems with it. Yes, there are a few little minor issues, some gates which open up too far or open up beyond a fence post or something like that, but these are really small things. I don't know if you noticed when we collected the first time, I just switched the interactive markers on just to familiarize myself and everybody watching with where the points are. Eventually we won't need them, but because it's such a tight map, we will have to go and look for them. But that's not too much of a problem either, really. It's just a question of finding it out. Most of the time I think it'll be there. So having put so far most probably 5 or 6 hours into the map to get to this stage, really have not found too many major problems with it. It's tight, but then again, most British maps are tight. Most British farms are very tight because of the limited land space. Makes perfect sense. I love the map at the moment. Gives me a good feel. I spent the best part of 15 to 16 years living and working on a small farm in the UK, and loved every minute of it. And this gives me that type of feel. I'm trying to make it fairly hard because it's a pretty hard life. The owners of the farm had to work that I worked on had to work really hard to get it going. They had to work all hours, and I've always said farming is not a job, it's a lifestyle. And especially if you concentrate on animals, dairy, any type of animal production, because they don't go on holiday, they don't have Christmas, they don't have days off, so there's no respite, and that's why it has to be a lifestyle. Well, here we are at the Homestead farm. We missed the main entrance, so I've come around to the back, and farmers market is on the grassy area just behind the clubhouse. And there we go. Just drive through it. Our stall is right next to the pond, and we'll go and deliver this 3,000 odd litres, so we're well over the 1,000 litres there. I suppose we could divide it between the two, but we can either make another run later on in the day, or hopefully there'll be some of the production, either the cheese or the butter, that'll be ready by the end of the day. If not, we'll have to put more milk in. Right, so that's that delivered. 4,000 odd pounds into the bank. And off we go. So this is actually the front entrance coming off the main road. So let's quickly show you the signpost for the duck pond market. If I can get out of the bushes. There we go. So there's the pond. No ducks in it at the moment. Not sure they all will be when we're around. They tend to fly away when the vehicles come in. Right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take a drive down to the other market. Got nothing to deliver there, but just to show you where it is in relation to the farm. So it's down, when we come out of here we're going to turn left, and then it's basically straight down this main road, past the farm on the left. There we go, there's the entrance to the farm. And a little way down the road is the entrance to the farm shop area, public entrance to the farm, just over there. On the left hand side it was, and then a little bit further down the road, past the golf course, is the entrance into the golf course parking parking space or parking lot. It's the golf course on the left there now. And we do get a private contract with the golf course to mow their grass once a year. So we'll have to work that into our schedule as well. And in return we are able to take all the grass and put it into our silage pit. So this is the golf course market. Our stall is down towards the end, it's the second last one here, so this is where we'll have to make deliveries to. It's quite tight, so we'll have to be careful with what types of vehicles we're bringing here. Luckily this does turn quite sharply, so yeah, so that's the golf course farmers market. So at this stage we haven't got any product to bring into here. Hopefully by the end of the day we'll have some type of product, even if it's just some more milk. Really I want to get to the stage where I'm delivering produced items to the farmers markets and not the milk, and put the milk directly into put all the milk into the dairy. Of course if we have surplus milk then we'll have to work out what we can do with that, but we'll see how that pans out over time. Alright, let's go and park this up. So this is going to once again be pretty tight. So there's a bit of manoeuvring that needs to be done on these type of farms. It's a question of finding the routine or the route that best suits you and your driving style. Leave this parked here. Just close the gate behind. Need to move forward a bit. Offload there. Got to get out here now. Not going to be able to, I thought so. We'll have to move it forward. said that, but I thought it would take a chance, but it didn't work. As I said, we've got to find out our routes in and out of places, and what vehicles and what equipment works where. So we know that we can manage our daily chore with this milk trailer. I don't think we're able to use one of the big lorry trailers. We might be able to use that for collecting milk, but we certainly won't be able to use it for bringing into the dairy. So if we do produce a lot of extra milk, which is just a little bit of forward thinking, we might have to get a bulk milk tank, which we'll have to place in a suitable area to allow for tankers to collect. But at this stage, that is a pipe dream. Right. So the next job that I'm going to do is I want to make a start on analyzing the fields that we have. So we'll do a field or maybe 2 fields every day. We won't do it all in one go. Now I might have to trade in this vehicle for one of the 3-point hitch. I don't think the soil sampler can be connected to this. We will drive it down to the store and we'll find out whether it does or not, but I suspect it won't. And if it doesn't, we'll trade this in and we'll get the John Deere, which I know you can add a 3-point hitch onto, and I know that will work because I think it came with the Precision Farming DLC, I think it was. In case we're just about coming down, so we're down in the town living area, and little left turn just coming up now, which will take us into the shop area, and we'll buy the soil sampler. Of course, we'll have to get the reading machine to go in front of the tractors. I haven't checked to see whether the tractors, I think one of them has a front hinge, a front PTO on it, should I say. But we'll have to check that out because we'll need to get the precision farming reader as well. We won't buy that now. We'll hopefully be able to get some more income before we need it. Right, where are we? Down there, miscellaneous, I think it's in. Hopefully we've got it. I can't remember how much it cost, but I think it was, well, not cheap. I think we're able to buy it outright. Where is it? Oh, there we go. I think I just passed it. There we go. The Proactive we'll have to get out. We'll get the Scout now. 17,000. We won't put up the precision farming building or antennas yet. We'll hang on for a little while on that until we've got everything analyzed. Right, it's the moment of truth. I'm not holding my breath that this will connect up because it definitely doesn't look like there's a 3-point hitch on there, but every now and again it somehow works with some pieces of equipment. Maybe that's just not me just not checking properly, but yeah, I didn't think so. Let's get down to the store, see if we can actually customize this with a 3-point hitch. Not sure. I didn't. It came with the farm, so I didn't buy it myself. So I didn't look to see. Right, let's get going. There we go. Let's have a look and see. See if it'll customize. No, nothing there for the customization, so we'll sell it. How much will we get for it? Yes, 17,000, I think. Yeah, not too bad. 14,000. Where did I get 17 from? The 17 is what we paid for the Scout. Right, so let's go and buy the John Deere. I think it will be a little bit more expensive than what we got for the Mahindra. Yeah, 26,000, quite a bit more expensive, but we can use it for a couple of other small jobs around the farm. Well, the license plate has still got duck pond. That's from when I was making the signposts for the farmers markets. In any event, we'll put a number plate on it just so that it doesn't read duck pond. Yeah, we'll do those. So we'll put the first one for the JD for John Deere. It's our first purchase, so we'll put the numbers. Just get the JD done. There we go. JD001 for our first purchase. And what shall we make these? So that's our soil sampler, so SS. Whether I remember what SS stands for on there is another story, but it just looks good. Right, let's get that bought. And then get that hitched up to the Scout. I don't know whether I mentioned it early on, but we did harvest the barley in the top field as part of the takeover of the farm. And we've got some straw on there to collect, which we'll put into our sheds. Start getting the sheds ready for November when we have to bring the cows in. And then we'll also have to make a start on mowing the grass so that we can make some hay and silage for winter feed. Right, so there we go, and we'll put that onto a time lapse. If you look in the bottom left hand corner, you can see how we're doing. We'll just do the one field for today, get the sample sent off to the lab, and then once we've got all the fields done, we'll have a look at what the results are. Right. Just about done. One more, I think. That's it. Right, so we won't put it away and we'll just send the samples off. That's all been done. And we'll bring it back and we'll park this under the cover. So we don't have a lot of cover for our machinery on this farm. We might have to think about sacrificing a field down the line to park our machinery in. In the meantime, I think we'll just park the tractors under cover wherever we can, whenever we can, if we remember, especially in the winter time. In the summertime, not too much of a problem. Right, so I need to get something to pick up. I think I'm going to go for the Xelon, and I should be testing to see whether they get in, but I think it will. It's worth the risk for the extra capacity. The small one's only 16,000, so we'll be up and down all the time with that one, but we may have to change to the smaller one if it doesn't work, or we'll see in time. The next couple of days will tell. Right, so that's, yeah, I'm gonna get that. Maybe I'm just thinking that perhaps, yeah, I don't know, bit of indecision. Yeah, we can put the silage added tank on, I think. Yep, I'm getting it. Let's get the styre out, one of the styres out. Let's look at that. 11,000 hours on this. It's done a bit of work, but it came with the farm, so we'll continue using it until we are able to replace it. As long as it works, we'll use it. Right, so let's get some silage additive. And I brought the styre down with the front end loader so that we can bring whatever's left over of the silage additive back to the farm. It's expensive, but it does give us a bit of, well, it gives us quite a little boost in the production of the silage. Let's fill that up quickly. There'll be a little left over if I remember correctly. Hook, load it up, and then hook up again. Raise it a little bit. Make sure it's on the tines, securely on the tines, because we're going to have to drive up to the farm with it on the tines. Yeah, so this little thing is fairly maneuverable as well. Maybe not as maneuverable as the new tractor that we've got. The green machine. Nice colour, I like the colour of it. That's new machine. This is just standard red. Always looks good on the tractor. Right, so let's get this back up to the farm. So we'll drop this off here now, for now, and we'll go and get the grass mowing started. We'll put that onto a worker. So I have my son and daughter working on the farm with me, and they will be doing the worker jobs. But it'll always be up to me to get things started, and most of the time, because of the shapes of the fields, I'll have to do the finishing off. They are still learning, still youngsters. We'll get them trained up, and eventually they'll be able to take over the farm. We won't get into who's getting what just yet. They're still too young, and I'm still too young to worry about that. Famous last words as the last person trying to sell me wool services mentioned. Right, let's just get this started, and then we'll get one of the workers, get one of the kids. To finish it off. Take as much of the grass as well. There we go. Let's see who's pitched up. Pete, off you go. Right, so I'll go and get started in collecting the straw from the top field. Get this hooked up. And then we'll see whether we can get this machine into the barn to offload the straw. So here we are, and I've decided that this field will be used for maize production, so we can do silage from maize. Weather up here is not ideal, but if we manage it nice and carefully and we get all the right steps done, we should be okay. So this is going to take a while, so we'll do 1 or 2 loads today, and we'll do the rest in the next month and episode. Coming up for 100% now, and we'll get this back down to the farm and see if we can load directly into the cow shed. Do the new cow shed first. Right, there we go. The moment of truth. It's probably going to be pretty tight getting in there. Let's see if we can do it. We need to hug the left hand side as much as we can. Open the gates. Hopefully we can just drive through. Right, get as far left as we can, as far right as we can, should I say. And aim for the There we go. That's about it. That's perfect. Yeah, nothing's bumping. There we go. There we go. Easy peasy. Put another load in here today, and then we'll try the old barn tomorrow. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. How come we got in but we can't get out? We must have just got in. Maybe the weight actually had the trailer sitting down a little bit as we came in. Interesting. Not a problem. We'll just have to put our reversing skills to the test. There we go. Another little scratch on the brand new forage wagon. Right, let's reverse it out. Next question is whether we can get it out. Maybe there's a different shape at the top. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's no yeah, so we'll always be able to get in with this machine. We'll just have to reverse out every time, so it passes for this new shed. We'll be able to use this for the new shed. Next month we'll tell whether it passes for the old shed. I think it will. Of course that must be slightly higher than will we get out. If it's riding higher now, well, we did get out because we've put another load in there, and I've just come through to see if there's any. Oh, there is a production. Yeah, there's some butter, so we can take this down to the golf course farmers market so that we can complete our delivery to that farmers market for this month. It's 1,000 litres, so it does comply. Just doesn't make for great viewing because it's pretty dark. So we'll just load this up, and then I'll jump cut down to the golf course farmers market to show the offloading. And then I think that will pretty much do for this first episode. Right, let's get going. Yeah, we don't want to offload to other people's stalls in any event. Got to go and offload our stall and make the money ourselves. Should be about 1,700. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and that's where we're going to end this episode. Thank you for watching. We do hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing on this map. It gives me a good feeling. We'll continue, and hopefully any updates that come will not necessitate a new save game. We'll make that decision as and when that happens. Thank you for watching, and cheerio.